Ashadesh, vibrations, every bucket, may your mind, buckets, and souls be old, may your omits be sound, may your buckets be leaven off the ground when we keep to the breath, the orth, the mator, the seon, the sora, stem guides, and it keeps you all. Ayan matata, elaise, el, say I, karaseta on, amen ra, Christ or a chaplain, the 888, the 313, I am truth awareness, true talk, could be a part of the greatest transfer of Ma'el. That's intelligence, summonology to Ungodu. This is sound logic. With all that, being a fool is absolutely your choice. To raise Ray 1756. Go to Google, go to Apple, download the Kagadora app, masterpiecefactory.io, sabbysound.com, aminraw.com. Download the PDF version of the app and everything else we got going on. I don't consent to draconian state, nor should you. Hashtag that in your post. Thought is the spore that spawns intelligence. Fungi.org. Don't forget, mental health is your etheric compass. You got to orientate to sound. Bomb. All right, so I just made a video. Made a couple of videos. The first, using AI to answer some questions, put some closure, some erasure to the argument, and giving life to everybody having choice. I made the second video on gravity, right? Many of you guys are questioning, why is the earth, how can the earth be rotating so fast, and like all sorts of silliness, right? So I broke it down. I gave you some sound, logic, proof, evidence, okay? Again, now you have choice, because you're not going to be able to argue with the evidence that I produce. You can only have choice, okay? You could ask for more standing, but there's nothing you can do about it, because it's sound, okay? And this is what I'm trying to make you recognize and realize, that by wanting Earth to be flat, by saying Earth is flat, by just siding with Earth is flat, that means you are consenting and want Earth to be flatlined, to have no electromagnetic field, to have no ability to sustain itself. Okay, it sounds like a perfect world for AI, doesn't it? Okay, Earth would pretty much have to be flat in order for you to, capitulate, concede to an artificial world where you can't use your environment to sustain yourself. We got to think about this for a moment, because something pretty crazy is starting to happen and you guys don't realize it. We're in a body, okay? I explained in that video. We're in a cell. This is an ecosystem inside of a cell. Everything requires movement, okay? The reason why you're maintaining on the earth is, like I explained in this video, is to maintain your magnetic charge. Okay, if you don't have a magnetic charge, then you're going to be laying on the ground, because you will have nothing to leaven. Okay, the only reason why you're not floating in the air is because, like I explained in the video, is that your feet are acting like a magnet, right? And so as you're moving along the earth, the movement is creating heat, right? So that heat is a vibration called friction, okay? That's creating heat, which creates magnetism, okay? And so as long as you're moving, then you are now connected to the earth, okay? Just like a magnet, you can move them apart from each other, but when you remove that resistance, it's going to snap back to the source that's drawing it. Okay, so you're being drawn by Earth and you're being drawn by the sun in both directions. And so if you're stretched in one way and stretched out in the other way, this is how you become erect. Okay, and if you are away from the sun, then the top part of your body is going to go towards the ground. Okay, you understand? And if you're dead, your bottom part of the body is going to go towards the sun. Okay, That's why when you see animals and things, they die when they're on their all fours. If you were to put them on their back, their legs would be completely stretched out towards the sun. Okay? Because there's no resistance now. Your feet, your movement, is the shu. Okay? It's what moves you. Okay? So as long as you have shu movement, and you're maintaining your electric magnetic field, right? So sitting in front of a computer, all these jobs that require sitting now, right? This whole entire A job now, really everybody has to sit down to exist, right? So that alone is going to weaken your electric magnetic field. So that is going to make the protons be more dominant. And so now your molecular structure is going to be still. That means your cells are also going to be still. So when you have still cells, you have dead cells. And this is what cancer is. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay, food and all those things only add or, take away your electrical charge. Okay, but it's not doing anything for the cancer itself, or whatever you want to call it. Okay, so as we're talking about cancer, as your body dies, it's reducing the sound that's coming from it. Okay, and so this is what bugs, and this is what the germs in your body that eat the toxins, when there is no vibration, then they're drawn to it. Okay, they're able to consume it because they can get through its electric magnetic field now. Okay, so if you're listening and paying attention, okay, the narrative now that you see AI in the media, and the you know in the underground, you hear something about creatures, whether they're Raygons, you call dragons, you know different types of beings, hybrids, monsters, all sorts of different types of things. They're saying, when the Earth electric magnetic field drops, you're going to see all sorts of monsters and things like that, right? And so when I was making these videos, I gravitated my memory to those, mentions, and it made me realize I need to explain to you guys this is all tied into the flat earth. Okay, because we can remember, I think the year was 2014, there was a movie out, I think it was that guy, what's his name, the Pirate of the Caribbean dude, his name slips my mind for now, but whatever. Anyways, I think it was a movie with him, and I'm not sure if he was playing a role with Bill Gates and his wife, but anyways, it was all about nanotechnology and consciousness, right? And maybe I'm mixing two movies together, but anyways, in that movie, the nanoparticles self-replicated, and they were turning into different types of things that they were programmed. They actually turned into a sky, like, so they blanketed the sky. Okay, you got somebody comment about that movie. Okay, and even another example, which is not really as good as an example as the nano particles, but in the Hunger Games, they also had that sort of particulated screen, right? And so we know that they're blocking the sun and all that types of stuff. So what I'm getting at, and then you have the 5G microwave technology and all of these things. So what I'm basically saying is if this seance frequency is being obstructed, right? And the movement on Earth from the animals, from the trees, from all living things is being drastically reduced. Okay, so this is what's going to cause Earth, and you're digging out all the minerals. So all the piezoelectricity, which is a big contributor to the electric magnetic field, this is the orgone field, the orgone energy, right? So if all of these things, the compression and all these types of things are being reduced, then the electric magnetic field is going to be reduced. So Earth itself is not going to be giving off of a sound, right? And so when Earth is not giving, when its frequency is lowered, or reduced, then this is why you have this big smoke screen about parasites, because it's not a smoke screen. Because while you're worried about the parasites in your body, Earth is also dealing with parasites, but its parasites are going to look like monsters, right? They're going to look like what you call dinosaurs or dragons, or just all sorts of things, and even spiritual beings, because a lot of it is energetic, right? And this is all because Earth is simulating death. Okay, there's a simulation right now that's technology driven that is making Earth feel flat. Okay, even though it's spinning, you got two suns and all of that stuff. Like, you could just say that we're in a cell that's in a cell. So when they tell you that we're in a firmament and all this types of stuff, that's for your mind to be aligned with energetically what they want and what they're trying to make happen. Okay, it's not what it is, but it's what is happening. Okay, so this is why when they have so many people, it's like a cult and a religion, right? Believing that the earth is flat, voting, arguing, coming up with all sorts of information and rationale and logic. Okay? And all of the logic, if you notice, it can only be proven by eyesight, right? You can't talk like me and get it. Okay? You have to have all sorts of visuals and shit. Okay? So this is exactly why, we got to be very, very careful. It's the one thing we can do is not want the earth to be flat. Okay, it doesn't matter what shape it is. We want to call it a Ba'el. Okay, we want to be under Ba'am. Okay, we want to be sound. We want to argue whether earth is sound or flat. Okay, not round. Is earth sound or flat? Okay, and that's it. Okay, so if you're on the sound side, then earth is alive, and then that means you want earth to alive. So that means all of these things that are being attracted to a dead corpse. Okay, imagine a corpse. So you have maggots, you have all sorts of stuff that are going to be around and attracted to that body that not normally would be attracted or even permitted, right? If you have bugs, you'd swat them away, right? You'd be aware of all that shit. So if you don't have any consciousness, you can't be aware of any sounds. Okay, if your senses aren't operating, you can't be aware of anything. Okay, this is what it boils down to: sound. So if you're not giving off a sound, then you're on the ground. If Earth is not giving off a sound, then Earth is just ground. Okay, we got to get this, people. Okay, this is urgent. Okay, this is very, very urgent. Okay, so please, now it's just about making a choice. Is Earth flat or is Earth sound? This is True Talk. Support, buy my books, go viral, everything. Let's go.